This is the Mid-Atlantic Weather Weekly Outlook on Sunday, August 11th, 2019. Look at the weather map. What you see here is a front. It's turned stationary here over South Carolina and has been the focus for showers and thunderstorms. This is the same front that was coming through Virginia last week into the later part of last week, and then it made it through Virginia and North Carolina, brought in much drier, a little bit cooler air for the weekend. As a matter of fact, it got so cool this morning all the way in western Maryland, there was a low in the upper 40s. I'm sure there were others in the mountainous regions of Virginia and West Virginia. So anyway, today we should see temperatures about the same as yesterday in the north, in the mid-80s, and around 90-ish in the Carolina region. I'll show you that in just a second. But this front here is the dividing line between really moist and steamy air and much cooler, drier air. This is going to return as a warm front. Tomorrow we should start to see southern pushes of the temperatures and humidity come back to the region as these highs depart off to the east. And so we'll see that. Here again, just a close-up of the forecast map today. We have that front, as I mentioned before, down here in the south. And as I mentioned, as we go into Monday, actually we just see a breakdown as these highs are starting to move off to the east. Return to flow here coming around the backside. This low off South Carolina is moving out. Maybe a few showers in the mountains and along the coastal regions. And then we see the approaching moisture from the northwest. Now as we go into Tuesday, what you're going to see here is quite a lot of activity. Due to just the way that fronts are setting up and some other energy, there will be a severe threat that appears across Virginia, West Virginia, up into Maryland, Delaware, southern parts of New Jersey. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets expanded or even modified a little bit as far as exactly where it will be. We also see heavy rains possible up here into Pennsylvania, into the West Virginia area, and into the Northeast. So something active to be watching this week. So here's a real quick look at the temperatures starting tomorrow. We see highs again approaching 90 or in the 90s for a lot of regions. On Tuesday we get very warm. Temperatures will get up into the mid and upper 90s. There's going to be humidity here as well. Heat index values are going to get well over 100 degrees, into the low hundreds in this region, I'm certain. And we'll see even temperatures in the upper 90s feeling like that due to the humidity. On Wednesday, you're going to see that things start to cool a little bit, although we're still in the 90s for most places. It's not cooling that much, but we see the cooling coming here from the northwest. And then if we go all the way out to Thursday, you're seeing some cooling come in. You're seeing 80s versus 90s. So a little more doable of a forecast as far as temperatures go. And looking out to Friday, it looks very similar as far as temperatures go. Maybe even some cooler readings here in the southeast, which is nice. Highs only in the mid-80s. This is very typical temperatures up here. Maybe a little bit normal to slightly below normal here in the southeast. But, this is very typical this time of year. So, not too bad. And a quick look at precipitation. Here's what we're seeing over the next 24 hours. Again, along the southeast coast, maybe a few pop-up thunderstorms or showers here in the mountains. And this is on Tuesday, so it's next 48 hours, next 2 days. And we see that moisture here and here, but we also see moisture approaching from the west. And here we are. This includes the precipitation mentioned on Wednesday. And we saw that outlook for potential of potential flooding rains. And you can see that showing up here in the maps as far as precip. Not much has made it east of the mountains, so even though there are thunderstorms and potentially severe, there will be localized heavier amounts than what you see here. But it's not overall super duper wet. So this is through Wednesday. And this is a total through the next 7 days. So it does look like quite a bit of moisture here along the southeast. This is good. They're dry down in this region, so they can really use it. And you can see some chances for rain. I think it depends on whether or not you get into thunderstorms. And the front will come through, so there's definitely a chance there. This is part of what's going to keep it cooler down here, is the showers and storms will keep it down into the mid-80s. So the Climate Prediction Center puts a long-range outlook out, and this is the 6 to 10 day kind of mean of what you're going to see and what they expect. And so there's a good chance we'll go back to above normal temperatures. This is in the 6 to 10 day period. And then the 8 to 14 day period. So this is through the next through the 24th of August. So showing that, again, the trend would be for above normal temperatures. And this is the 6 to 10 day outlook for precip. We're showing a below normal, which after the deluge, it looks like it's going to happen in this region early this week, we get into a really dry looking pattern. And that's true in the 8 to 14 day, which you're seeing here, the 8 to 14 day period. Still dryness, maybe normal in most regions, but still a chance for dryness here. And what about the tropics? Well, I wanted to give you a full view here of everything. You can see the Pacific Ocean's had some typhoons and things towards the Southwest Pacific here. But in general, you look at the R area, which would be in this region here for tropical development, and I'm not seeing much. There is a wave here off of Africa. It's pretty far south. That usually doesn't mean good chances of development. There's another wave that looks like it's just going off, and another wave here. They do come off one after the other this time of year, but in general, right now, patterns are not favorable. I will tell you the National Weather Service, or the National Hurricane Center, has upped their forecast for the number of storms this year, and that is because El Nino, which is the warm body of water that's off here, well, actually down here, in the Pacific, has really dropped off. And so because of that, that tends to favor more storms in the Atlantic. As of now, I'm not really seeing it. There has been cooler than normal water off the coast of Africa, and also a lot of Saharan dust that has made it across, and that's really hampered development. And as usual, I have a really hard time keeping things shorter than I wanted to. So aiming for 5 minutes, almost made it to 7. Anyway, have a great week. Look for the showers and storms on Tuesday for severe potential there. Some rain, heavy rains in the West Virginia, up in the Pennsylvania regions, possible around that time as well. Some cooler temperatures towards the end of the week, but also precipitation continuing down into the Carolinas and areas actually where they need it due to coastal interactions and a low pressure. It looks like it's going to form down there. So anyway, that is the Mid-Atlantic Weather Weekly Outlook.